there, Fidget fans. This is Alana from FidgetHaven Reviews, and today I'm reviewing a prototype of the 7-gear spinner by Ray Penna at Real Gear Spinners. The 7-gear spinner is made up of 7 small 0.875-inch steel gears, 2 brass frames, stainless steel buttons, and stainless steel screws to hold it together. There are 8 R188 steel bearings throughout, 1 in each of the planetary gears and 1 on either side of the sun gear. The spinner's dimensions are 3 inches in length by 2 inches in height, and it comes up to 103 grams on my scale. The 7-gear spinner has a really unique design and shape, especially compared to the other ones in the series. I love the flow of the frame design. I find that it's more elegant than the other ones in the series, and I like the bubbly appearance of it. The spinner has 1 sun gear and 6 planetary gears. 4 of them touch the sun gear, and 2 of them are outliers, which are turned by the connection to the other planetary gears. They are sandwiched between these 2 brass frames that are nice and thick, and they have a really classy brushed finish. They have little window cutouts on each side so that you can see how the gears connect to each other and move in unison. Now the buttons, which are stainless steel, are quite shiny and surprisingly have more grip than you would assume that they would, and that's, I believe, because of the inclusion of the stainless steel screws within. It provides extra friction, which allows you to get better grip on it. Now I do feel like for this spinner, the buttons are too small. I think that they would benefit from a larger diameter, and I have spoken to Ray about it, and it's something that he's looking into including in the future. As I've mentioned in my other reviews in this series, these are not meant to be for long spin times. They are meant to be fidgeted with. So with a 2-handed table spin, I can get spin times of about 30 to 35 seconds, which does happen to make it the longest spinning spinner in the series, but my spin times aren't accurate as I haven't taken apart to clean it. There are 42 individual pieces in this, and just like with the other ones, I haven't had the time to dedicate to taking it apart. It's not like a regular spinner where you just pull off the buttons and you give it a quick cleaning and you're on the go. You actually have to take all of the pieces out individually, and there are 8 individual bearings to look after. So this spinner is usable in 2 different ways, like the others in the series. You can spin it the traditional way, or you can hold it by the frame and spin one of the gears, which will move all of them in unison. Now, when you're spinning it the traditional way, like with the others, it makes really fantastic patterns, though this one does vary more than the others. The area where all of the gears are connected to the sun gear, the opacity is just as strong, I would say, as the other ones, but where the outlying planetary gears are, it becomes more translucent. So there is a nice variation in the opacity of it, and it does change the look of the pattern. I would say that if I had to compare it to anything, like with the others, I would compare it to the golden ratio of a sunflower. It's just a really great pattern to watch, and I've noticed that with this 7-gear, my camera's having a harder time picking it up than with the other ones, and I'm not entirely sure of why, but it's something that you really need to see in person because it's quite spectacular. Now this spinner is pretty much too difficult for me to comfortably spin one-handed. I can't get very good spins from it, so I do use it two-handed. There's no real comfortable nook for you to get your fingers into. I mean, you could use this area as a nook, but like the last one, it will scratch your nails and minimize the spin time that you can get from it. So hopefully you have larger hands than I do. I actually have really small hands. So for someone with normal size hands, it shouldn't be a problem. But for me, two-handed spins are the way to go. As you can hear, this one also has a soothing clicking sound to it. It's a little bit different than the other ones. I'm guessing just like with the pattern, it's a little different because of the outlying planetary gears. The vibrations in them aren't as dampened as they are with the planetary gears that are touching the sun gear. But I wouldn't say that it's any louder. It's just slightly different than the other one. as the clicks are pretty easy to hear. It's not really the best spinner for situations where you need silence because it can be distracting to other people. The 7-gear spinner is the heaviest spinner that I've ever tried. Because of its weight and how much difficulty I have spinning it with one hand, I would say it feels better as a table spinner or a two-handed spinner for me. Between the fascinating patterns and the soothing clicking sound, this is definitely more of a distraction fidget than it is a concentration fidget. Now, each spinner in this series, as I've said before, is honestly a work of interactive art. You can tell just by looking at one how much creativity, engineering, and time and effort went into it. And when you spin it, that feeling is completely amplified. I'm blown away with how it looks when it's spinning, and I do find that I watch these fairly often when I'm looking for something to distract me. I hope that you'll check out Ray's work. He has a YouTube channel where he posts videos of how he makes a whole bunch of different things, including these awesome gear fidgets. So I will link to his YouTube channel at the end of this video. Again, this is the 7-gear spinner by Ray Penna at Real Gear Spinners. I am Alana from FidgetHaven Reviews. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to post them in the comment section below. I will make sure to include a link to both the Real Gear Spinner store and to my written review in the description below. If you would like notifications on future reviews, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. I hope that you enjoyed this review and that it was helpful, and I appreciate you watching it. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.